The worst part of any Google TV, any Android TV, is going to be the terms of service. I know a lot of people don't read them. Even I myself have been guilty of just skipping right past it just to get through, but you really should read what they're telling you because it's important. And I have a lot of customers that have been very disappointed with the end result. So I'm going to read this stuff to you so you know what you're getting yourself into when you're buying a brand new Sony or a Hisense or anything that has Android in it. So essentially, there's a part 14.3 in their terms of service where they state that their affiliates, their subsidiaries, all that good stuff, Google themselves, they don't represent or warranty that these following issues will be corrected. And they list like A, B, C, and D. And in the D portion, they say that defects in the operation or functionality of any software provided to you as a part of the services will be corrected. Now, this is huge because this means if you like to use Google Play, for example, and you bought Sony specifically for this, right? You're like, hey, I've got this brand new Sony, I've got this brand new Hisense, I bought it for Google Play, and it doesn't work correctly. They don't actually guarantee that the functionality will be corrected. The defect in that software will be corrected. That is a problem that you're going to probably have to sit with. And a lot of my guys on the KS8000 know that that's true with Google software such as YouTube, where that app has been glitchy from day one and it hasn't been corrected because they're not required to correct it. They tell you in their terms of service, hey, listen, we're not going to correct it. It's kind of like a screw you kind of thing. And this is why I always tell you guys, you know, it's a big deal that Sony makes you subjugate to the terms of service before you're even allowed to use the TV. There's no offline option. There's nothing. It's like if you don't submit, you're not using that TV. And it ticks me off because stuff like this, where there are known defects in the applications themselves that can completely be defective, but they don't have to correct them because in the terms of service, they gave themselves a way out. This is something everyone should have read and should know about. But of course, if you're just skipping through like they know you'll do, you'll gloss over it and then you'll go to the manufacturer, you'll put in a support ticket, you'll complain about how YouTube and Google is buggy and wonky, and they'll hit you with, well, did you read their terms of service? Because we're not actually liable for third parties, and Google is a third party. It's a dirty game of hot potato where they'll pass each other back and forth to say that you agree to the terms of service of any third parties associated with the applications that you download. But at the same point in time, they're also, they take no responsibility essentially for anything that happens on their device, even though you do business with them. It's the craziest thing. So then you keep on reading, right? You think it gets better. Wrong. They say that any material downloaded or otherwise obtained through the use of the service is done at your own risk. Discretion and is done at your own discretion and risk. So they say, and will be solely responsible, and that you will be solely responsible for any damages to your computer system or other device or loss of data that results from the download of any such material. So basically, if they have a buggy firmware and you put it in a USB stick, which is why I always tell you guys, do not do that. Do not update your TV, right? And you download that software and you think you're going to get the brand new firmware, and then now you're noticing your TV's bricking, or it's sluggish, or it's not acting the way it was, something's wrong. They tell you right here, it's done at your own risk, and anything that results from their software, that's kind of tough on you, isn't it? And that's a problem because, you know, you guys are buying these TVs, you're expecting them to work. Well, you're not expecting for patches to destroy your TV. But they tell you right now, they give themselves an out for having to take any responsibility, right? They say any material downloaded or otherwise obtained through the use of the services is done at your own risk. So they're telling you right now, if you download anything or obtain anything through Google, which if the TV is built around Android and you have to download all your apps through Google Play, guess what you're doing? You're using their service, right? And they say it's done so at your own risk and discretion. And it's so disgusting because it just removes all responsibility from them to have to do anything for you in the event that a TV is bricked, a TV is damaged. It's just kind of like, tough, go to Sony or try to return it or whatever. Not our problem. So this is something you might want to know, and this is why I've opted to no longer do software updates because of information like this. Now, when you go into 17, the advertisements, the biggest thing I see consumers complain about, 17.1 details that some of the services are supported by advertising revenue and may display advertisements and promotions. These advertisements will be targeted to content, or rather to the content of the information stored on services, queries made through the service, or other information. So basically, they're telling you they're using whatever information at their disposal to recoup money. They're going to be getting revenue off of advertising on your TV that you just paid for, and that these advertisements are targeted based off of the information stored on your device as it pertains to the Google platform. And it's just ridiculous that they can even remotely do this or think that this is okay. And it's something that they've continually done for years and years, and it drives me crazy. Now, when we look at 17.2, they say that the manner, mode, and extent of advertising by Google on the services are subject to change without notice to you. So they can continue to advertise or change advertisements or do whatever they want with a TV you just spent all this money on. What's even worse is they go on to tell you in 17.3 that in consideration for Google granting you access to use the service, you agree that Google may place such advertising on the service. So they're telling you essentially, hey, we did you a favor. We let you use the Google platform, and because we did you that solid, you're going to let us advertise and make some money back with revenue, because those ads are monetized and they're monetizing your TV. It's a disgusting practice, and it's something that I always warn against. And this, my friends, is the worst part of any Android TV, and it's why I stay completely offline. Now, whether you want to or not, the choice is ultimately up to you, but I just give you guys this information in case you didn't already know it. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.